You're
Live. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to Naughty Boy Fight Picks. This is our UFC 232 recap show. How you feeling, Matty?
I'm feeling good. Thank you very much. It's been a bit of a roller coaster day at the fights.
Fuck, I'm feeling a lot of things.
I'm in a glass cage of emotions.
Yeah, there's a lot of highlights, lowlights, surprises, weird shit, which I guess all in all makes for a good card, right?
Yeah, it's entertaining. We watch it for entertainment. And
yeah.
Are you not entertained?
I was. Man. Overall, actually a couple of things quickly before we rip into it. Hopefully we have the super chat allowed. I think we might. So if you want to donate and get your question prioritized, you can do that. Would understand why you might be reluctant to part with your hard-earned money just to get your shit prioritized, but hey, go ahead. We have had some interest in that respect, and we got approximately 0 responses to our request for suggestions for
it's all up from here.
Suggestions for our end of year Naughty Boy Fight Picks Awards show, which we'll be working on over the next week or so. I think there's a 3-week gap between fights. Yep. And hey, fuck, if you guys ain't gonna come to the party, I guess we'll do all the work.
Why not, eh?
We have to. It's kind of our job.
For the people that are watching right now, can we get some feedback on the quality? Because we are out in the woods. We've got fucking about 3,500 kids running around outside on the deck. So some feedback on audio, etc. would be pretty choice before we get into it.
You know, like John Jones is convinced God is real, but I'm convinced otherwise because of these kids and dogs. That's how I know God isn't real. Otherwise, he would have created kids and dogs.
Thank you, Sheikh AU, Unemployed Mario Yamasaki, and Rob Waddell.
Excellent. I believe Sheikh is off the Bet MMA tips website.
Oosh, the boys.
Yeah. What else?
People like a meat shake, a kid or an adult.
It's true. Anyone remember Ugly Duckling? Shout out anyone that does. That'll be crazy. What up, Bays back, Rob Waddell, the usual suspects. Unemployed Mario Yamasaki is a great fucking username, man. Because what does he do now? I guess maybe he refs some regional shit. Exciting news this morning I woke up to. Shane Young's on the Melbourne card.
Oh, sure, the boys, Shane Young.
So 3 city kickboxing guys all on that card that will be attending live. So we're fucking excited about that. I bartend Unemployed Mario Yamasaki. Hey, man. There's I would never look down on the hospitality industry. People do hard work.
I'm a big fan of the hospitality industry.
And ref bar fights. Well, fuck, man. Every job has its perks, right? Thanks, Kat Zingano. Yeah, man. Holy shit. What the fuck was that? So I guess we're hoping for that Melbourne card. We might be some of those fellas.
Yeah.
Probably not Israel.
Nah, probably a bit busy. Yeah, he's probably got other commitments.
Yeah, he might be getting interviewed by I don't know, people that are good at this.
Might have cast big news coming in.
Oh yeah. We're working on Josh Emmett. What's that Icelandic motherfucker?
Gustafsson.
He's not Icelandic. Gunnar Nelson.
We've been having bloody Maris today. But...
Yeah. It's actually a guy that knows Gunnar Nelson, but trust us, it would be a great interview. All right, should we rip into this card?
Let's rip into it.
I had to take my notes on fucking paper like a fucking prehistoric.
Is that parchment? What kind of parchment are you rocking, bro? Is that like papyrus reed or something?
Fuck, I don't even know how you know those terms, but Steiner education, eh?
Probably, yeah.
Study paper threads and shit like that.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
All right, first fight of the night. We had Kelleher versus Jackson. Do you want to go first on this, Manny?
Jackson's got gigantic hands.
Yeah. In case anyone hadn't heard, Jackson has the biggest hands in the UFC, apparently.
What do you do? He's got 9.5-inch reach advantage, and it showed from southpaw he was jabbing and hooking off the jab and utilized his left kick, just the classic kind of southpaw weapons from range. And I haven't got any notes on Brian Kelleher because he was pretty much had his whole game negated by Jackson's game.
Yeah, he really did.
He did. He got into that clinch. He threw a elbow that caught him behind the ear. But yeah, I don't know what else to say about his long game. It was just kind of the perfect execution of Southpaw long game.
Big win for Jackson. A pretty inexperienced guy in MMA. I think his like pro record 6-1.
Yeah, damn,
and against a experienced, proven guy, Kelleher.
He came in wearing a Mongol and demonstrated Muay Thai weapons. You know, I thought that elbow was classic Muay Thai. What wasn't classic Muay Thai was the way that when he dropped Kelleher off the elbow, he used that whizzer really nice to cinch in the dash choke.
Yeah,
and then rather than finishing it the classical way, like stepping over, trapping a leg, he kind of rolled underneath himself and kind of went underneath with it and got it super tight. And then had Kelleher's legs trapped because he couldn't walk around against the cage and got it from there. It was really nice finish.
His first ever submission too.
Fuck, he looks like he's done that a couple of times in training.
Yeah, right.
He looks experienced on the ground, man. I'm excited to see that guy fight again. More guys should wear Mongol into the octagon.
Fucking why not? Someone should wear one backwards and come out to some rap music.
He should probably come out making weight next time, though. That's probably one blemish on his fight, eh?
But something that wasn't a blemish, and and I said this when we're watching it, when the commentator said that Kelleher was giving the 20% of the purse he received back to fucking Jackson because he has a family and he lost the fight. I was just like, man, sometimes this sport is fucking beautiful. And fucking fanatics who do and say horrible shit, and then every now and then someone does something so honorable, and you're just like, man, that touched me. That's for unemployed Mario Yamasaki. Shout out. What are people saying about this?
Where did Corey buy
Kelleher looks like a bleached Mighty Mouse. Holy shit. Who said that? Oh, Mario Yamasaki, of course. Where did Corey buy that chin? The same shop that fucking Arlovsky bought his, I think.
Yeah.
There's a chin shop.
Yeah. Straight after the Jimmy Manoa fight, he went and got himself a chin with his purse, came back. Really rock and roll, but we'll talk about that fight later, I guess. I want to know where he got his titties too.
Yeah, I like Corey Anderson's too. He's got a big personality. What Up Bay makes a good point. He says Kelleher missed weight against him and they pulled the fight.
True.
And the rematch, Jackson missed weight. So, yeah, with that in mind, did the right thing, but he still also could have not done it.
Yeah. Next fight.
All right. Curtis Millender versus Baha. I can't say this. Baha Dazara. Fuck, I look like an idiot, man.
Did you see Arlovsky's nose? Yeah, he's not doing many nose bears, eh?
Nah. For the Cubs, yeah. How does he do a nose bear sideways? How does he breathe oxygen sideways? That dude could smell around a corner, which is unfortunate if you're out in the country like us. It's a lot to smell. Sorry. Back to Curtis Millender versus Bahara Dazara. Millender, I thought, what did I say about this?
Well, the fight was flat-footed for a start, so they basically stood flat-footed in front of one another, and I thought it was a strange way to approach it, especially for someone like Curtis Millender, who had all the long-range weapons in the in his pocket. One thing that I noticed about him that was quite strange, he's so fucking long that his rear hand leads his front hand. So he'll pour, but his lead hand kind of is in front of his front hand, which allows some like unique kind of setups for him. I think with that feinting and that pouring, he was kicking a lot, so he was oblique kicking. It was weird, eh? Like people were oblique kicking all day. Was it because Joan Jones was on the card?
Yeah, well, you made that point, and I was like, fuck, that's a real thing that would totally happen. So like during a fight, a guy will land a like heavy leg kick, and the opponent will respond with a leg kick. It's kind of like that same effect, but in a different way. So it's like, oh, everyone's thinking about John Jones.
Yeah.
You know what's a good weapon? This stupid kick.
Yeah, stupid kick. Everyone's like, I'll give that little kick, give that little whirl away.
Yeah,
whirl show. His calf kicks were really nice, and like I think when he throws his high kick on a real unusual angle, comes in a real strange arc.
Yeah.
But while he's got like a crazy kick game, I thought he did most of his damage off playing the 1-2 straight down the pipe. And I was surprised he didn't go to the boxing more.
Yeah. What I really liked about this performance from Millender, so he did a great job of controlling the fight, controlling the range and the pace. And then when fuck, I hate having to try to say his name. So try to up the pace and unsettle him. He matched the aggression until the pace resumed at the pace he wanted it.
Yeah.
And it's like someone else did that later on in the card we'll get to, but really smart control of the fight from Millender and being ready to turn it up when your opponent does, man. You see how effective that is, because often people don't do that and it has adverse effects on them.
Yeah, hard out. Someone said here, Millender, Rob Waddell, Millender looked good, but lacked killer instinct. Someone else said that they wouldn't bet against it, though he's risky to bet on. Yeah, Rob Waddell, again, I agree, man. Like, he showed some real holes in his game. Like, when he was lighting Sawyer up, he went for a spinning elbow that just had no place. Like, it was from out, he stepped into range with it. From outside and ended up getting taken down and just had nothing off his back. I think he could learn a lot from, say, like Israel Asanya in terms of his anti-wrestling with wrist control and framing up and creating space and then striking off it. Yeah, a few holes in Curtis Millender that I'd like to see him fix up before I'd be willing to throw a couple bob his way. Yeah,
definitely an area he needs to improve on. But he's got something there, man. He's a guy, and I think that was his 3rd or 4th straight win in the UFC since he came in. So
all I could say for Sawyer is that dude just telegraphs everything from 3.5 miles all the way he'd come in.
Big talon,
huge towel.
Yeah,
he'd be lucky to catch like any of the good guys with any of that shit.
Yeah, fucking William Tell over there. Yamasaki, where you guys streaming from? Love from Chicago. Shout out Chi-Town. We're actually in the fucking Australian bush, so we're in a cabin that Maddie and his wife own. We're out here on holiday. A bunch of our friends have turned up and they're like probably pissed at us at the moment.
Outside. They're also very pissed.
Yeah, pissed and pissed off.
If you just want to look up where we're from, we're in this place where we're at the moment. You can Google Maps a place called Rawson, Rawson, Gippsland, and it's in Victoria, in Australia. We're in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Gold mining country, but we're both like New Zealand born and raised.
You can have Perry and Sawyer have the same striking coach.
Yeah, fuck yeah, yeah. Harder. All right. Next, Lewis versus Hall. This is just some fucking like archetype Uriah Hall shit. The most anxious guy I think I've ever seen in fight sports. Just getting pieced up. And then he had some moments, and it's like the same shit every time. He has this incredible jab.
I'll get it.
I got it. He starts throwing the jab, and it's like, fuck, that's a nice jab. And he throws nothing behind it, and then he stops throwing it. And Lewis gets back in the fight, and then like I'd never bet a Uriah Hall fight because he's so fucking dangerous and scary. But you can't rely on him to fucking win either. So
well, he's getting straight off the bat, like just from that initial pressure, just overwhelmed him. Like straight off the glove touch, Lewis came forward with knees, elbows. He looked vicious in the tie clinch. He teeped Uriah straight to the face, got him right under the chin. I thought that, it was all over Red Rover for Uriah Hall, but
yeah,
fuck, bro, that guy, his whole game is like relying on the opportunity to time something, and which is a dangerous way to play it, because if the opportunity doesn't present, then you got nothing else to rely on. But
that helps when you can do that going backwards,
bro.
Holy
typical
fuck.
Winklejohn game plan. Wow, in some ways it is. And like one thing that I noticed from the Winklejohn corner was some of the crazy codes that they were calling out and how calm they were in the corner initially. Like they have faith in their fighters being able to like pull off the game plan, but fuck me, it didn't look like the right game plan when Lewis was lighting him up.
Yeah, hard. Not much else to say about that, I guess.
Oh, actually, so what about when Lewis had him from like back control? He's getting super inventive. So fuck, we're getting our shit mixed up. Lewis was real from Winklejohn's was real inventive in the from the back, was stomping the Achilles, stomping the calf.
Oh, that's right. In the second round, yeah. He needed him deep into his butthole several times.
Yeah, and that's Winklejohn's shit, man. I was like, I was hoping that that Lewis was going to trap that wrist, push it into his gut, step back, and go for the head kick because he was landing that head kick really nice. And I was saying to you, he's looking for it. But you're right, just knocked him out.
Stomps to the Achilles look horrible.
Yeah, they do. They don't look like nice time.
Whatever happened to the new
butthole.
Whatever happened to the new belts they teased? Yeah, I didn't actually watch for that. Were they the new belts given out? Can anyone confirm or deny?
I was too busy being exasperated.
So shout out to Uriah Hall. Maybe he could date our cousin again. Next fight of the night, Andre Ewell versus fucking Nathaniel Wood. I shat it with this fight. I bet on Ewell, and I don't really know why. I just want to say, like, if anyone's tracked my bets for the last 3 weeks, they've been fucking terrible because I haven't been researching, and I thought I could just kind of wing it for a while I've been real busy, but I need to get back in the lab and fucking look at this shit properly because I had another shitter today. So Andre Ewell, the fuck?
Andre Ewell, when he was throwing, I was saying it to you, when he was throwing his front kick to the body and then following it with a bit of a looping, he throws his hands on like a weird arc and takes his body off on a funny angle. But when he was throwing those without much success, but I felt there was a real opportunity for him to throw that front kick and then follow it with a punch, maybe a straight punch, because Wood would drop his hands after he wore that kick to the body. He would drop his hands. Thought there was a real opportunity for that, but Ewell just didn't adapt. He had no fucking answer for anything in the wrestle or in the grapple, apart from one little butterfly sweep. But he didn't even try and fight the hands.
Well, he got pieced up this round with like better technical striking, faster, more accurate striking, and good pressure from Wood. And I was like, oh man, like Wood's just gonna do this for 3 rounds. Next round shoots a takedown. And is even more dominant, gets 10-8. I think he was on his way to another 10-8 in the third before he got the sub.
Yeah, like he showed some good shit on his feet, man. Like the inside leg kick was a really good antidote for Ewell's left hand, which is a great weapon for him. And I think people were banking on that he'd be able to light him up on the feet, but we didn't see it. And he certainly didn't light him up on the ground. But like from this, not for 1 second am I thinking that Wood's a danger to decent grapplers on the ground. I don't think he is. His hands were all over the mat. When Uriel was chopping angles, even though he didn't do anything with them, he wasn't able to adjust and follow the hips around. Like, would like to see him like fight some better dudes and see more of a striking fight from him, because I'd like to see that play out. But yeah, he's not going to be a threat to any top level guys just yet.
Yeah, and I think he Reed, I got on that fight, man, as he started losing that first round. He looked out of the fight.
Yeah, he was out of the fight. Yeah,
he looked beaten before he was beaten. Michael McLaughlin says lots of people were betting on Ewell for what it's worth, and none of us know why. Yeah, nor do I. Yeah, Ewell beat Barrow, so I guess they haven't realized that Barrow has looked shit as of late. So yeah, my thinking was, and I didn't do any fucking research, but I was like, beat Barrow, which was obviously Barrow of this year, and then Nathaniel Wood's fight, he got Johnny Eduardo early on. I was like, well, I think Ewell might be able to do it on the feet, but no. But nope. All right. How many people we got in the chat? Can you see? 8. That ain't shit. What's up, brother? What's up, Blurry Vision?
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Some funky shit.
Yeah.
New sub.
Agree, Rob Waddell. You all made fucking Nathaniel Wood look heaps better than he actually is. Next fight of the night.
Told you so.
Ryan the Weirdo Hall versus BJ Penn. And
told you he'd get fucking leg lock. The new school versus old school jiu-jitsu matchup. What do you say? Like BJ actually came out looking a little bit crisper and a little bit sharper than I think anyone thought he might. Hall looked awkward and fucking weird.
Did he throw a punch? I don't think he threw a punch, eh?
Who?
Hall.
No, he just kicks. He kicks. He uses those weird karate kicks to set up his roll in on leg locks, and that's what he ended up with, bro. What do you do? I was hoping that he would actually pull guard. Was it?
What up, Bay?
What up, Bay? Don't call him Ricky Moranis on Twitter.
Rick Moranis.
So, can you give you Super Nerd can give you a limp, bro. I'll tell you what, man. He dove in that leg lock. It was so fucking tight. He had the knee reaped and was deep on the heel, like super deep on the heel. Hardly needed to make an adjustment. And fucking BJ Penn turned the wrong direction. Like that is some dumb shit.
Yeah.
Like a high-level jiu-jitsu guy who's experienced with leg locks knows to follow with that momentum, not turn the opposite direction. And I reckon he busted his own fucking knee open.
He's been punched in the head a lot.
Told you so.
Yeah. I'd picked fucking Hall by sub, but after watching, I'm sure a lot of people who didn't bet it were like, why didn't I play that prop? Like, that's fucking the most obvious shit ever. Yeah, I agree with what up, bait. And that's always funny, like, dudes that just like, and I said it when he came in the octagon. I was like, man, I think Ryan Hall's like the softest, weakest looking dude you've ever seen in the UFC. But he fucked BJ Penn up.
Coming out of a different camp this time, though, BJ Penn. He's fucking around with those Brazilian motherfuckers.
Oh, shit. Mario Yamasaki, I heard BJ Penn has an addiction problem. That's the reason he's fighting.
Hope not.
Yeah, that would be real fucking sad.
Hope not.
Next fight of the night. This was fucking sick. And just like, I don't know, this stood out for me. I know it's recent. I watched it today, but Peter Yan's performance over De Andrade was like, I think one of my favorite performances of the whole year.
Fucking A.
It was so good.
He's
that
so
was
good, man.
Sublime,
yeah,
man.
it was sublime. That dude's going to be a fucking massive threat to this division.
Yeah. And something I noted while watching the fight was his awareness of where he is at any position in the fight. Like, so whether it's grappling, striking, transitional phases, he's always super aware of where he is and the space and his opponent. And it's fucking incredible, man. So good.
And there's a lot of bits and pieces to it. Like, he's got all areas covered. It's, I think he had his best success when he was edging forward and he was feigning before he threw his strikes. And when he did, he was often coming with 3-2-1 combo. When he was kicking, there's zero tell in his kicks. They just come up. They just come up super fast and without any show. And then when he got it to the ground, his top game was heavy, man. Like, he had heavy pressure. His always leading with his hips. When old Doug threw out some attacks, he had really good awareness of what was coming. He was really played a real good defensive game and made him pay for it as well.
Where's Peter Yan's weakness?
I don't know yet. I don't know, man. He's like pretty well rounded.
Yeah, and he's like real good in all areas, but his game's also like layered. It's not just like a simple game that's all round. It's a layered, multifaceted game. His striking's really varied. Yeah. Fuck, he's dangerous, man. Dude's so good.
Fucking A. I thought Andrade really needed, who, by the way, ate all of the dick pills.
Yeah, man. His face is fucked up, dude.
I think he needed to, like, his game plan, he was really seeking to counter Yan mid-combo. And I think he just got overwhelmed with the pressure. Like, you saw there was a couple times in the first round he tried to get off a knee or a big uppercut mid-combo. It just wasn't happening for him. He really needed to draw Yan into a scrap. Yeah. And Yan just wasn't falling for that shit.
Yeah, he's too. I want to shout out and see who had a rap line once in a diss song that said, "Your face looks like a fucking asshole in a jar." And that comes to mind when I look at De Andrade's face.
I thought something was interesting. Just before they pulled the plug, like in between rounds, his corner did.
Someone said his weakness is English. Man, he can work on that. He's 25.
His corner needs to work on fucking doing some decent cornering. Like, they did the right thing pulling the plug, but just before they did that.
Talking about Yan.
Yeah, I'm talking on old mate, the fucking Douglas.
Yeah.
So he had a big old cut, and they've gone and poured like a massive bottle of water over his head while the cutman's trying to work. Like, come on, bolts. But
to be fair, that might have been when they were already calling it. But yeah, they should probably still let the cut man do his thing, eh?
Oh, what's this? Yan wants Lineker. Anyone else? I'd put a lot of cash on him. Dang, son.
Man,
like that.
Man, I got Yan in that fight.
I got Yan in fucking pretty much any matchup at the moment. Moving forward, he's going to be a threat.
Yeah. I had something else to say about this, which I completely forget, which I often do. So fuck it. All right, on to the next fight. Kat Zingano versus Megan Anderson.
Hey, do you know what this fight was? Just a
Yeah,
massive fart noise, eh?
it really was.
Big fart emoji.
I was trying to think about something to say about this fight, and the only thing I could really draw from it is Ngannou did appear to be a bit uncomfortable with the size of Anderson.
Bro, she looked like she wanted to play fucking Marco Polo with her running around. And do you know why she got kicked in the face?
Because
had her eye damage?
Because she hates me getting my fucking money.
Yeah, well, she hates you getting your money because she fucking showed like zero defense. Like she was turning away. She didn't see the kick coming. She was shying away. Her hands were around her waist. That's why she got kicked in the face. So it wasn't. It was unlucky that the toe went in the eye, but it was a good kick. And like Megan Anderson's trained that kick a fucking million times.
Yeah, and
she didn't show any defense, so it's fucking her dumb fault.
Yeah. Like I think, Anderson won the fight. That was a strike that won of the fight. People are going back to Lineker, and I love Lineker. He's gangster. I love how he just fucking throws hooks from the hip and still is real good somehow. But I still fancy Jan.
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck that. Ngannou looked shit all week, super grumpy about the card change. I didn't see that shit, but yeah, she did look uncomfortable. And that's not to say she would have overcome that, because there's definitely a possibility that like one takedown can change that. And then you're like, all right, I'm good. But yeah, who knows?
Maru Yamazaki likes Ngannou's big personality.
Yeah, I'm not going to comment on that personally. Next fight of the night, fucking Andre Marlovsky. This is a personal joke. Andre Arlovsky versus big ticket Walt Harris.
Big Harris.
Fuck this fight.
Fuck this fight.
There's always got to be one. Do you want to say anything? Not really, eh?
No. Does anyone want to talk about this fight?
Nah, fuck that fight. Should we get on to a really fucking good fight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get on to fucking fight.
Chad Money Mendes versus Alexander Volkanovski. I just want to say, it kind of occurred to me this morning, because I haven't been studying the fights, and like just before the fight started, I said to Matt, I was like, if this goes past the first, is Volkanovski's fight. I just suddenly remembered that Mendes doesn't have a gas tank.
Holy fuck, this fight was so good, man.
What a performance.
Dang.
And going back to what I said about Peter Yan being one of my favorite performances of the year, Alexander Volkanovski today, man, that was a big showing.
We said it, like we called it. He's good fucking everywhere. He's got a speed advantage, and it showed in the fight. Dominic Cruz was trying to cite Chad Mendes having a speed advantage. I didn't see that at all. I thought when Alex was coming in behind his jab, that he looked every bit the faster fighter. He showed really good ring craft and how he's cutting it off, but was subtle as well.
Yeah,
it wasn't just chasing him around. And I thought something that he's added to his game that was really interesting off the jab was that switch head kick. That's something quite new. And I was like, that's a fucking weapon, because he gets it up real quick, man.
Yeah. Seeing Volkanovski's striking improve in every fight. He's going out to city kickboxing each camp and doing a few weeks towards the end of his camps.
Yeah.
And you can see the effect that's having. On the betting side of this, so people who bet Mendes, I wouldn't feel too bad, because Mendes landed his shots and not many people hang in there after Mendes lands shots like that. But Volkanovski proved he was fucking tough. And
he came back fucking harder after every time.
Yeah, man.
And it wore Mendes down. You could tell he was like, fuck, what else I got to do this motherfucker?
Yeah.
One of the reasons Volkanovski was able to wear a lot of those is because of the way he was playing high guard with his hands spread out.
Yeah.
On his hands, so he was absorbing it. While it's still concussive, he was absorbing a lot of the impact through his hands and the glove.
Yeah. His defense looked better in this fight. So he's looked more hittable in the past, I think. And a big reason being is he doesn't move his head. And he still doesn't, but now he plays a guard that was quite effective.
He's going to get in and out, though.
Yeah.
So he's good at controlling that part of it. And his strikes and his counter, but also when he's being first to the contest, is so accurate.
Yeah.
His striking so accurate and so purposeful. I thought that he was going to catch him with an overhand. He was jabbing low and looking to come up. And I think he did it once, but you could tell that something he was looking for was jabbing to Mendes' body and coming over with the overhand. But what we're talking about essentially is just good variety in his offense. And great defensive wrestling. Looked strong in the clinch. Was able to get up when Mendes got him down.
Fucking initiative too, man. So there was a point in the second round where the ref got between them. I forget what the reason was, but so the ref broke them, and then like the refs moving out the way, and Volkanovski, because Mendez was looking tired by this point, and Volkanovski just like as soon as he had like got out the break, just started going forward again, and like fuck anyone that's like sparred when they're tired knows that feeling, like when you think you're gonna get a second, and you just like. They come in and you're like, oh man, this is horrible.
And also, man, who's next? Who's next for the bro?
I like Frankie Edgar. Frankie Edgar thinks he's going to get a title shot against Max, but I don't really care to see that.
I'd like to see that, but yeah, I'd like to see Volkanovski, Edgar. I think. But I also think Jose Aldo would be a fucking fantastic fight.
Yeah, maybe
Volkanovski.
That would shake out nice. Holloway whoops Frankie. He whooped Frankie. Volkanovski versus Aldo, which I'd favor Volkanovski in. He's a fucking machine, and then Volkanovski gets the next shot.
Yeah, I think Max has Volkanovski's number every day of the week at the moment.
Man,
but
Max is so good.
Give him a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Give the bro a little bit of time. One thing that running up against any guys who are really long against Volkanovski is going to be a bit of a challenge for him because he is a short, stocky, wee fella.
Yeah.
But man, I reckon that guy's going to start finding some ways to fuck people up at the top of the division.
Man, he's so dynamic. That was fucking incredible. Shout out Volkanovski. What are people saying? I hope Chad doesn't lose hope after this. He could still be a major contender. Yeah, but man, I just think that gas tank, like guys in that division, and are guys that can just turn it up on you.
Yep.
So
hard out.
Like Max and Frankie, and not so much Aldo these days. His pace doesn't go that hard anymore. But and now dudes like Volkanovski, man, like I can't see Chad getting to a title.
What do we got?
Stevens is fighting that crazy dude next. Jeremy Stevens versus Volkanovski. Yeah, that's good. But I think Volkanovski needs a better opponent than that. Like he beat Mendez. You got to rate Mendez higher than Jeremy Stevens.
Fucking A.
Surely.
Who's talking Zabit? Robert Zabit Nurmagomedov.
Zabit? Nah. Too early for Zabit. And like two new contenders, I don't want to see them like rub each other out.
Yeah. Volkanovski's in the straps to have a crack at the...
Sorry.
Wow.
That was inappropriate.
Yeah. Mago Shigarapov. Yeah, that motherfucker.
Yeah, I agree. Zabit needs to step up, but I don't think someone else who'd be good for Zabit. They could do the Yair fight now, but again, that's two young contenders.
I think he is fighting Stevens.
Zabit is fighting Stevens.
There you go.
Okay.
Signed.
Oh yeah, cool. I like that.
That's coming from the man himself, Mario Yamazaki.
Oh, he used to work for the company, so obviously know these things. All right. Next fight of the night, Corey Anderson versus Leah Latifi. What the shit too. But except Anderson.
I enjoyed this fight.
Yeah, I just don't like seeing Corey Anderson win, really. I'm a bit of a prick. But he's looked heaps better in his last two fights.
Yeah, man.
Real improved striking.
He showed a lot of more variety in his striking, and willingness to try something. He's always played such a low risk, high percentage game. But I guess he had to against a guy like Latifi, and we called it the wrestling would negate each other out, cancel each other out, become a striking fight. I thought initially when he was throwing those body kicks, they looked really good. And he wasn't kicking the body, he was kicking Latifi's arms, which is a really good strategy, especially against a big power puncher to suck some of that power out. But then he did away with that. He kind of found these like ways in, like these things that were working really well, and then he stopped using them.
Yeah.
Often.
And he so he started giving that. He was letting Latifi, really gassed Latifi rest for long periods, especially in I think the first half of the third round. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Shake saying that Latifi gas quick surprised me. Yeah, I was surprised that I thought he had a bit more juice in him.
Like one thing that and Latifi was the same in a lot of ways. He let Corey Anderson off the hook with a few things. That fucking first leg kick he landed in behind Corey's knee, that did damage, man.
Yeah,
and he landed 3 more of them, but then he just backed off.
I don't think he threw it again until the 3rd round, and then he threw
late in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and it appeared that like Corey's leg might have been compromised, and that's why he wasn't like
possibly
putting a pace on Latifi when it looked like that's what he needed to do.
Possibly. He was also able to tag Corey Anderson out of the break. Like they engaged so many times in the clinch and in the grapple, he was able to find a home for some strikes out of the break too.
Yeah,
but yeah, close fight, man. I actually had this scored Latifi's way round 1 and round 3. 3rd round was really close. So
yeah, I don't have. Yeah, I had it 29-28 to Latifi as well. I just gave him the 3rd, but that was super close.
Shake Corey never looks like he wants to finish, bro. He's the master of decisions.
Yeah. So So how funny is it that fucking Corey Anderson comes out to How I Could Just Kill a Man by Cypress Hill, and he's just like decision points fighting master. So you need a new song, bro. You just like need to do a remix. How I Could Just like outpoint a man.
Yeah.
It's way less gangster.
Shit song, man.
What up, babe? No, unemployed Mario Yamasaki. I just like Corey Anderson and Kiesa, so tonight was bad. I feel you, bro.
I feel you, bro.
I fucking feel you. So let's get on to that. Kiesa versus Condit. I scored the 1st round. I'd be interested to hear what people say, but I scored the 1st round for Condit because although Kiesa got the takedowns, I thought Condit had the more effective offense with the submission attempts. But it didn't matter.
Yeah, I scored Kiesa the 1st round. Just that she was able, the ease with which she was able to enter the clinch, take his time in terms of he seems to like locking it up from an overhook and an underhook, and then going for that kind of inside. I can't remember the judo name for it, but it's like an inside leg trip. He was able to do that really easily, and did that 3 times in the 1st round. Yeah, he got attacked, but he defended it as well, and he still got some work off.
That armbar was deep though, right?
It was fucking deep. It was deep, yeah.
Couple of things that stood out about this. Condit looked to fade pretty quick, and Kiesa looked a lot stronger than him at welterweight. That would have felt good for Kiesa.
Kiesa looks great at welterweight. Yeah.
And then Kiesa is calling out top 15 dudes. Fuck out of here.
Man, if you're Kimuring the likes of Carlos Condit with one hand, though, bro, if you're Kimuring anyone with one hand, you can call out whoever the fuck you want.
That was tough.
That was crazy shit.
I'll be looking forward to Kiesa getting the hiding at welterweight shortly. Let's look at the top 15, shall we? And see what a good matchup for Kiesa might be. One where we can see him get whooped on.
All right, I'll just read through a few of these. Who we got? Michael McLaughlin, same surprise he won on all cards. He's probably talking about the Latifi fight. Show the boys. Corey never finishes anybody. Louis, mate, you're a beast.
Hell yeah.
Mario Yamasaki, his walkout song should be "Fill You Up" by Prince.
Yeah. That's tight.
That's pretty good.
Why doesn't this have the entire rankings? Man, welterweight's a shambles. Like Wonderboy's still number 4. Darren Till's still number 3.
Sanjos is up there somewhere.
Yeah, he's still up there. I'll never be mad at Dos Anjos though for whatever he's doing or done or where he is. This taking some time.
Rob Waddell reckons give him Alex Cowboy.
Oh yeah.
That's a good fight.
Yeah,
I like that. Alex Cowboy would be interesting in the grapple, man. Those two dudes who fucking don't mind having a little roll around on the ground.
When he like recovers from like pulling grenade shrapnel out of his body.
Does anyone hear that motherfucker got injured with a grenade on Christmas Eve?
I hope it don't cut off one of his little boy nipples.
He's a naughty boy.
Yeah,
he's a naughty boy.
Okay, yeah, we got these rankings up where they're at. So once you go outside the 10, you got Leon Edwards, Neil Magny, Gunnar Nelson, Donald Cerrone. Oh, Elizu Dos Santos. Give him Dos Santos, man. I'd love to see him fuck him up. Or Alex Oliveira. Man, I think
I like Alex Oliveira. I like good. Yeah, I like a good jiu-jitsu exchange, and I think we get it there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's good. Yeah. All without further ado, the co-main event of the fucking evening.
Holy shit!
Wait, hold up. His nipples need the
uncertified UFC class.
Wait, but they're little.
They're tiny little nipples, dude. You're talking about Corey Anderson, probably, who's got the biggest nipples in the UFC.
Chiesa called out Magny. Man, that's some cowardice, bro. Magny just got like the biggest hiding of his life. That's the worst call out I've ever heard. It's like, oh, you know who just got the fucking piss beat out of him? Neil Magny. Let's fight him. All right. Next fight of the night, Cyborg versus Nunes. I'd like to note that whilst I did pick Cyborg, I did say that there's a possibility. This is like my cousin's uncle's sister's brother's friend.
Yeah.
I did say that there was a possibility that Nunes might hit Cyborg, and Cyborg may not have ever been hit like that before. And that definitely happened.
Fucking Cyborg got sucked. All Cyborg had to do, well, not all, fuck, there was probably some other things involved, is just keep it nice and clean and crisp and keep popping her down the middle, because Nunes throws rangy and long. So just beat her straight down the pipe and be the bigger, stronger, harder hitter.
I think between asking Dominic Cruz if he'd ever tried MDMA, Joe Rogan said that Cyborg was overconfident, right? Yeah. In her power and size. Yeah. And that's what I looked like. She got cracked, and she was like, all right, I'll crack you back because I'm bigger and I'm stronger. And it's like, man. How's the arc on those punches from Nunes?
Fucking A. Beat it down the pipe. Like if you have to go to the shops to get some milk, you don't drive all the way around town to get there, eh? You go the fastest route possible.
Unless you fuck your brain for mushrooms or something.
Hypothetically, if you spilt any of that milk,
would it be worth crying over?
Probably not, but it's hypothetical.
There's one shot that they showed Nunes land on the replay. Was like an arc a punch further. Like you couldn't arc it more round than this. It was like one side of a protractor arc.
Fucking good on her, eh?
Yeah, man. That was so cool.
That was pretty choice.
That was one of the moments of the year. I think check out our end of year awards if you want to find out who the real winner is. But man, so instantly I went outside and I had a durry because that's what I do.
Cigar.
Yeah, cigar as my nephew calls it.
Dart.
And I started thinking, I was like, the first thing I thought of was like the Cormier double belt, attaining the 2 belts, and it being him being underdog and surprising. I was like, this is bigger than that, I think, because it was just
the sheer breadth of Cyborg's reign.
Yeah, you know? Yeah, massive. And like, so we're seeing Stipe's vulnerabilities. We ain't really seen Cyborg's vulnerabilities.
No. Well, I reckon more. Her vulnerability in that fight was getting sucked into a brawl. Where she's more of a technical fighter who throws straight punches. And fuck, man. If there's a rematch, I don't think you'll be seeing the same kind of fight play out. I really don't.
No. Other special moments I thought of in lieu of that fight was Aldo beating Stevens this year. There was like an emotional that sort of magnitude. Because like Nunes was completely overwhelmed, man. That was pretty incredible. And I think for a fighter who has, man, I can relate this to making music, right? As you put out an album and it gets a response and you're like, oh, cool. And then you like, the next time you make an album, you're like, oh shit, I'm heaps better at this now. And when I put this album out, like I'm gonna feel something or whatever. And then you do initially, and then it's kind of deflating afterwards. I think Nunes really experienced that with the big wins she's had. And then like there hasn't been the flow on effect afterwards. And fuck, I hope it isn't like that again for her this time. Because man, look what she's done now. Definitely the best female fighter of all time. She's beaten all the best.
100%. I don't reckon she'll rematch Cyborg either. I don't think she has to.
I don't think she needs to. But then the problem is, this is the difficult question: who the fuck does Amanda Nunes fight now? You could make Anderson versus Cyborg, and then the winner fights Nunes. Anderson obviously gets smoked by Cyborg, but that's a fight they could do now with Cyborg coming off a loss.
Yeah,
and that could be a main event on saying. What are people saying? Yeah, it turns out getting punched in the head is a vulnerability.
Yes, it is. I can attest to that.
I want to see Nunes versus CM Punk. Oh, fuck yeah, man. That's a dream fight. They should make it.
They should make it.
In the name of progression. In the name of progress.
Gender equality.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Let's see Nunes beat the piss. Shit, I have, like, man, I'd go all in on Nunes versus CM Punk.
Yeah, dang. Big bucks.
Man.
40, 50 bucks.
Anything else we want to add here?
Man. Fuck. Let's talk about the big show.
All right.
Not actual big show from WWE. No one wants to talk about that.
Is that a person? I don't know.
Probably.
I don't know that guy. So Gus versus Jones. I think this went the way most people I heard talking about this fight were calling it. Similar looking fight, but if you rematch John Jones, he's gonna have an easier fight against you. So it wasn't real apparent. Gus came out in the second round, started to apply some pressure, and in moments he made Jones look quite uncomfortable, but he couldn't sustain that pressure.
There was like an absence in the first round of the lateral movement from Gustafsson that was so advantageous for him in the first fight. The use of the doubling up on the jab and going to the body with the jab and coming back up top. We didn't see that in the first round. That allowed Jones the privilege of controlling the distance and the pace. And fuck, if you allow him that, he just will start to run away with it. And he won that first round really easily. In the second round, you saw Gustafsson come out. He was up on his toes. There was more lateral movement. He'd come forward on combos. But at the same time, John Jones started doing damage to his leg and his body with kicks. Every time he'd seek out that clinch, he had wrist control come up with a hard knee. He ended up landing an elbow. But yeah, he certainly, when you did see him on the back foot, Jones on the back foot.
Yeah. I guess it's just you can't really game plan to just march down Jones either, because I think he can outlast you in that sort of fight.
You can't come on with the same game.
Yeah.
You got to come up with some new tricks, bro. And if you are going to come with the same game, you need to execute it to a better standard than you did in the first fight, and he didn't.
Yeah. Interesting. Jones looked to use a bit more wrestling in this fight, I thought.
Yeah. I felt that he was trying to use
to get
to the clinch.
Yeah.
When he hit that fucking double leg, though, the angle change, if anyone's done any wrestling, the angle change that he hit at the very last second was just fucking textbook. And then how he got his working on top. He went that half Nelson position to stop the belly out. He got that left hook in pretty easily too, and got the arm trapped across Gustafsson's body. And I've been finished in that position. It's not much fun.
Not a nice time.
Nope.
Yeah. The finishing sequence. So I learned some shit last week from Cal Potter.
Yeah.
And it was about securing position and then making your opponent give up the position. And that's Jones, he was focused on control, right?
Yeah. And
securing the position, because the last fight, and he talked about it in the post-fight, Gus got up.
Yeah.
And it seems that game plan is if you get on top of him, just hold position for a while.
Yeah.
And he'll get frustrated and
bang them out, Jay.
Work the treat.
Yeah. He looked fucking good.
Yeah.
Fucking good.
I don't like the belt going on John Jones. I don't like it.
The guy's a fucking dick. I don't like anything about John Jones, man. But
except watching him fight.
I love watching him fight.
Yeah.
It's fucking good.
So good.
And I do enjoy some of the controversy that comes along with it.
Yeah. So, Shake's saying Gus need to take some risks. I think so, man. I think you come out and you give Jones the first round, you're probably fucked. Oh, DC's calling out Jones straight away.
Really?
Anthony Smith Jones would be a good fight on the feet. I don't know. I feel like Smith's pretty vulnerable in his striking defense, but
I reckon it would be good on the feet, because I think Anthony Smith would come forward and wouldn't stop coming forward, and that would get Jones uncomfortable moving backwards. So it might play out. Check DC's Twitter. We will, man.
Let's have a
look.
We
said, we are out in the woods,
man. And I guess so. Talking about DC, that's what other fight do you make for either of those guys? Unless, of course, DC gets the Brock fight, which he wants.
BJ Penn.
And I don't begrudge him that. BJ Penn. Okay, so DC's saying, oh no.
So be that holy shit one. Great job, young
Ah.
lady. I mean, shit.
He should win. Dude starts with head start every time. You start a fake. Johnny Brasco.
He's calling him out for being a cheat.
And a snitch.
And a snitch.
Which people don't talk about enough. So, like, and this is the thing, like, I was like before, and lots of people always, this is a way people defend John Jones. They're like, oh, all your favorite athletes are doing PEDs. And it's like, okay, you may know something I don't, but one of the most resourced, a dude who has 2 brothers in the NFL, where there's obviously a lot of doping going on.
What?
And he's like one of the better resource fights in the UFC. So why is he getting caught if everyone's doing it? Like, why, if everyone's doing it, why dudes with less resources, less money, less experts around them not getting caught? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Where the fuck are the experts around Douglas fucking De Silva Andrade, though?
And his face.
And he's wearing speed dealer sunnies. He's probably the one resourcing everybody within the UFC.
Yo, he better be careful because Jones might snitch on him. Oh, that was the point I was going to, actually. It was like, all right, so the drug cheating and shit, yeah, that's kind of bullshit. And he's a smug cunt. But then snitching to get a lighter sentence, fuck that. Like, I don't care whether it's sport or crime or whatever. That's fucking dishonorable, man. Fuck that guy for that.
John Bone Jones.
Fucking prick snitch. Fucking rat
Shout
bastard.
out to our sponsors at Coleman Lamps, lighting up your day.
Yeah, we should be well lit shortly.
Douglas
yeah, how was
yeah, bro. He couldn't even take off his glasses. He was so sunken, man. Looked like Skeletor by the power of Grayskull.
Yamasaki's saying I thought he was giving USADA his sources, which is like, yeah, snitching on your dealer.
Yeah.
Like, and then his management tried to say that he was snitching on himself. It's like, oh, have you ever been to court? Because that's impossible. If you're already at court, that's just called a statement.
Yeah, fuck. What do you do?
Yeah. All right.
Those slip sink ships.
They do. Anything else we want to get into? I'm pretty keen to get another beer, eh?
Dun, 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 dun.
That shit's so dope. Johnson down to the Jackson. Yeah, taking it. Yeah, hiding under the canvas, taking down numbers. Fucking snitch.
All right, you motherfuckers.
Thank you so much for joining us. How much we got here? 11 people. That's cool, I guess. It's nearly New Year's.
And only less than half of them liked it.
Yeah, well, yeah, fucking, you get that on the big jobs, eh? We didn't realize that when we started this live chat, it was going to be so glamorous and loved by all. So thank you so much for joining us.
You fucks.
I hope everyone had a good Christmas. Enjoy our New Year's. We're going to be back shortly with our end of year awards and with the preview for the next card, which I believe is Cejudo Cejudo and Dillashaw, which I'm looking forward to, and I'm going to research properly and win some money. So holla at us. Get at us again with your suggestions for the end of year awards. Thank you so much for joining us.
I love you.
From Matt, I'm Todd.
I'm David Bain.
This is Naughty Boy Fuck Picks, and he's also David Blaine. Enjoy your new year. We'll see you in 2019. Thanks so much. Turn off the stream.